Welcome everyone. So this is a special session not prepared, but as always, I always commit to do it anyway each Tuesday for ReFrench Your Brain and each Saturday for Mental Health Saturday. So it works. So we are live and I'm happy to welcome you. This time I don't have my smartphone to check in, and I have my basic camera, but it's okay. I am fading the music right now so that I am audible. And so it's about muscle your languages. And why do I do that? Is because I would like to focus on the body. So I assume all the parts of the body, the human body, in English. But do you know the words in French? There is also words that I know in Dutch and in Italian. So, by instance, very interesting is that um, head in English, in Italian, it's capo, and in French, there is also an expression that is a chef, uh, chef, dans le chef de. That means in the person. So they're very interesting to realize that words are intricate. So I will not share my screen because it's lagging, I assume. But I'm happy to give you some nuggets in French, in Italian, in Dutch, because these are my languages that I speak. And if I know in other languages, and happy also to hear from you also what are the words for the different parts of your body in your language. So this is an interactive session. Feel free also to jump on stage. I shared the link on stage on the comments and on my post, but feel free to jump on stage. Of course, I will not be able to share like that because it's a long link, but I am happy to share it right now in the comments. Hopefully, yeah, normally you have the link already in the comments. So welcome, welcome, welcome. This is an unexpected session, but it's amazing for the replay team. And so bear with me. First, we have this, you know, this is la tête in French. And it means also the beginning. Like there is la tête du cortège et la queue du cortège. The beginning and the end. And so la tête, it's really, it's not only the part that design the head, but it could be also expression. La tête de la course, that means the first part of the trip, like the Tour de France. You have la tête de la course, which means that they are the ones that are the most first. And then la queue ou le peloton to say the end. But this is not body related. And then you have different elements in there. You have different elements. So feel free to comment to let me know which elements you would like to talk about, because I'm happy to dive in many vocabulary, and at the same time I don't want to drown you with different things. And I will begin by this. This is, of course, in English, the nose, and in French, le nez. And Nez, And I know that in French is not easy because most of the words are not pronouncing as they are written. Because when you are reading NEZ, you would say nez or niz, but in fact you pronounce ne because NEZ, the Z is not pronouncing like the S neither. The only exception is when there is a foreign language, like status quo, status quo. You don't say sometimes, yeah, you say statu quo, but well, so ne knows, and I love the expression. By instance, with the expression ne, il a le nez fin, il a du flair. That means that he is very uh, perspicacious. He knows like a fox. He, he smells all the things. Il a un nez. That's also for the perfume. So feel free to comment at any time to let me know which element you would like to work about, because else I'm going to enjoy something that I don't do on camera, but I will anyway, because I am going to celebrate. Do you see what I see in front of my camera? This is tiramisu and mon nez. Mon nez fin. C'est bon. And so, as I was modeling, the next part is this one, because I just ate something in the mouth. And in French, it's bouche. 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 And sometimes you hear bouche, sometimes you hear bouche, because the E can be silent. So bouche. There are also some expression with bouche. But like bouche cousue, that means that you must not say anything. Avoir la bouche cousue. So that's I love the expressions, by the way. And so, as you hearing me, I'm going to show you my ears. Here, I hear you. So as I need to remember, I hear, I need to pronounce the H, and my ears, I don't pronounce the H because there is no H. So ears in French means oreille. So I know that it's a tricky one, and I'm going to quote in the caption. So by the way, I'm going to anyway to share you already the noun and here we go. So show me still, please. All right. So tête, nez, bouche, oreille. And oreille, oreille. And there are also some expression about oreille. Il fait la sourde oreille. That means that he doesn't want to hear anything. Or il va se faire tirer les oreilles. That means that he is going to have a punishment or something, a remark about anything. So that's really interesting. And then I'm going to show you something that is very interesting. For that, I need to to hide myself. So Here is the thing that I want to show you. It is the brain, et donc, in French, le cerveau. And le cerveau, in French, is writing. Oh, sorry. It is not. It is me having some tech issue. So, cerveau. C-E-R-V-E-A-U. Cerveau. And it's very interesting because normally with the C, K, se, si, ko, Q with the vowels. And so that's why cerveau, C-E, it's se, but café, it's K. And I'm not going to the details because it's not a French lesson about the CCD, but it's really interesting. So cerveau, and there is also the famous expression about the cerveau, the brain. Le cerveau de l'opération. That means the one that is really the main operator of the information. Delicious. That's great for my brain. So le cerveau, very, very interesting. And so, as I told you, I want also to add other languages, the ones that I know. Tête in Dutch is hoofd. And what is amazing is like in Italian, I was telling capo, chapeau, but capo, like caporal, like chef, you know. And in French, we say also chef-lieu to say a capital or really an important city. And hoofd in Dutch, and for the city, we say hoofdstad. Stad is the city. So the city of the head. And that's very interesting. And so in Italian, capo, and that's it. Ne in Dutch is neus, Neus. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think in Italian it's naso. And bush in Dutch is mond, and in Italian is bocca. Like there is also bocca di lupo to say to someone have a good luck. Bocca di lupo. And then oreille. Oh, my Dutch is to be refreshed because or, it's a double O-R. And in Italian, orecchie. And that's very interesting because there are a kind of a pasta that is called the orecchie, of course, because it's really looking like ears. So that's very interesting. So if you have any question, any comment, any part of the head or of the body to let me know, to discuss, feel free. Because else I'm going to continue. So I see we are 3 in total, so feel free to be interactive. Feel free also to jump on stage. Actually, I don't see anyone on stage right now. I placed the link, so feel free to jump. And the other one that is very interesting is this one. And I don't know, in English, I forgot in English what's about this one, you know. And in French, it's menton. menton, menton. So that's another example that it's not because you see a word that all the pronunciation has to be pronounced. Because I think if I have to say it in English, it will be menton. But in French, menton, M-E-N, men, and then T-O-N, ton, menton. So that's really interesting. And I don't remember in Italian or in French, in Dutch, sorry. And then in this, in French is front. And I'm sorry, it's the late, it's chocolate, and I don't remember what is in English. So let me know what is this in English. But in French, it's front, and I do not remember in the other languages. But so that you know. And of course, this the hair, and of course, I have to remember that it's not the hairs because the hairs is for animal, but the hair or the hair, you know, this is the earth, I think, and this is the air. And in French, it's cheveux. And cheveux, that's very also interesting because, as always, the words not are not pronouncing as they are written. So let me add that. Cheveux. Cheveux. And so this, my friends, has not to be mixed, please. That's very interesting, because it's absolutely not the same. Cheveux is not chevaux. Chevaux is the plural of cheval, and cheval is horses. And so it's really interesting and important to well pronounce it. You say cheveux for the hair and chevaux for the horses. So that's interesting. And so, by instance, j'ai un cheveu sur la langue. That means that I have hair in my tongue, or I cannot really express. And un cheveu dans la soupe. That means that il est arrivé comme un cheveu dans la soupe. That means he arrived really not expectedly and to disrupt something. And that's really interesting. Cheveux. So I love the expression, by the way, with the body. So let me know. Feel free to post any question, comment about the body, and to be interactive. So while I am waiting for you, I am checking if I have any DM, because maybe someone is contacting me about that. So I'm going also to hit my tiramisu and share to you the other word. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Delicious. Delicious. Hmm. Hmm. So the other word that you will see is long, and of course I do it purposely. It's not absolutely not impolite, and it's also the way that you express when you are talking. Langue, like quelle langue tu parles? What language do you speak? Or which, I think. And you can also which tongue, and tongue is langue. So tongue could be the language, or it could be also the organ. So it's same in French. Langue, Langue. And it's absolutely not to confound langue is absolutely not to confound with lange. So G-U-E-G, langue. G-E, lange. So that's very interesting to know. So aside that, there are many expressions, by the way, about langue. Il n'a pas sa langue dans sa poche. That means that he's really saying things frankly without diplomacy, you know, not knowing if he is going to hurt someone or not. So that's very interesting. Aside that, I don't see any other expression about langue. There are many, probably others. Il a la langue bien pendue. That means that he is really talking a lot. So really pending. The tongue is really pending. So blah, 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 speaking too much. And aside that, there is also this one, the teeth, les dents. And as always, D-E-N-T-S. It's not les dents or les dents. It's les dents. Dents. And that's very interesting because there are also homonyms, like in many words, but especially with dents. So let me show, because I was not prepared, but there are many ways to say dents, en fait. And there is D-E-N-T-S, that's the teeth in plural, D-E-N-T, tooth, and dans, D-A-N-S, it's in, and dans, D-apostrophe E-N, it's a preposition with a location, like d'en haut. Il vient d'en haut. That means that it comes from upstairs. So many ways to pronounce, but the spelling is not the same. So focusing on D-E-N-T-S, there are also expressions about that. So il a les dents longues. That means that he's very ambitious. He's very like going really to hit a lot of things, you know. A big tooth. And il s'est cassé les dents. That means that he was failing. He was failing to succeed. And il a une dent contre lui. Ou il a une dent contre toi. That means that he is really not liking you at all. You know, il a une dent contre toi. He has a tooth against you. So that's really interesting about the expression. So let me know, because I can talk. Sorry, that's me with the technology. So let me know if you would like to comment, if you would like to share something. We are still live, and you are 4 right now, so it wasn't expected. I'm going to do it for you anyway, and for the replay team. So feel free to comment and to tell me the different parts of the body that would like to you would like to hear, because I was already using all the parts of the body. So one part that I would like to approach, and I'm going this time to envision to make it already there, and that's very interesting, and I will show you because it's very interesting. So it's cœur, the heart, the cœur. And that's very interesting because you see here two spellings. You see here two spellings. either with the O and the E together as the same letter, or either the O and the E separated. And both are correct. So let me explain you. Historically, it was the O and the E attached. And then with the new spelling, I think it was in 1990, they decided, okay, we allow now people um, to write it without the letters attached, probably for better use, because then you can write the O and the E separated with your QWERTY keyboard, where when you are writing, you are trying to get the letters attached, you are really struggling to find the special character, and that's normal. So that's why when you are typing COEUR, sometimes with some spell checking, they will say it's wrong, but it's right. I believe it's right because the spelling rules are right. But at some point, some spell checkers will say it's wrong, and then you click right, and then you can replace it by the O and the E together. And there are also other words like sir, um, cœur, and cœur, it's ch. So there are many words with O and E attached, but with the new spelling, you can write them separately, cœur. And so cœur, that means a lot of things. There are also a lot of expression about that. And il a le cœur sur la main. He is very kind, very helpful. Il a bon cœur. He's very generous. Oh, le cœur d'artichaut. That's really the part that is really the central. And also le cœur de la cathédrale. And I struggle always to remember if it's C or CH. So that's it. Aside that, I see I'm not live anymore. That's strange. Let me check. I am still live. So that's LinkedIn. That so I believe. Okay. Yes. So let me know in the comments what you would like to have for words. Cœur, il met du cœur à l'ouvrage. That means that he is really working hard. And tout son cœur, that's the CH, because cœur comes from choral, like oh, la voix. So there are also sometimes some difficulties to know if it's C or CH. Aside that, what to tell about? I don't know. We are already on 28 and I don't see any comments. So if you want to have more words, feel free to interact. I'm going to continue anyway. So the next one that I would like to place is this one, épaule or épaule. Sometimes you pronounce the E and sometimes the E is silent. Épaule, épaule. And épaule, it's shoulder. It's this one. So and this is like there is also the verb épauler, which means to help. And also il a trouvé une épaule à qui se confier. He found someone to share his struggles, because sometimes you lean on someone's shoulder. So that's really that's it for épaule. And aside that, I don't see anything else because I can go further, but of course I was not preparing in advance this session, and I'm really already blessed that there are 4 people joining. So let me know in the comments. I'm just checking if maybe I have LinkedIn comments that I don't see. Because my smartphone is a bit like low, so I decided to charge it, but I'm going anyway to try to check my events to see, because sometimes my no, it was not this one. Sometimes my restream doesn't show any comments. So I would like to acknowledge your amazing presence. You are 4, as I see in live. And do I see the live right now on my mobile? And do I see your comments? Oh. So it's loading. And I don't see any comments. So let me know. Feel free to jump on stage also on Restream to have your spotlight, because I'm happy also to show you, to show what you are doing, and to help you in French also. So while I am waiting for any comments, let me know. I'm finishing my tiramisu. Oops. Oopla. Don't spread it everywhere. It was at 2 fingers to spread in my keyboard. And that led me to share about the fingers, or the finger. So singular or plural, you pronounce it doigt. And you are writing it like this one, with or without an S, whether it's singular or plural. And it's DOIGT. And there is also DOIT, which is doigt, but it's from the verb devoir, to must. And also D apostrophe OIE, but it's really anecdotic, doigt, in prime doigt, a feather of dove, I think. But doigt, finger, doigt in plural, fingers. And j'étais à 2 doigts de renverser mon tiramisu sur le clavier, le clavier. I was at 2 fingers to spread the tiramisu in my keyboard. So that means that I was nearly going to, but hopefully not. But sometimes it's like in a negative way, like il était à 2 doigts de remporter son contrat. He was at 2 fingers to win his contract. That means that he didn't win, in fact. So doigt, of course, there is a doigt d'honneur, which is this one, but I'm not going to show you this one. And let me know, because I can also go forward, because with the doigt, les 10 doigts, sur les 10 doigts de la main, that means par cœur. That's really also an expression. He knows it by heart. And there are also the names of the fingers. The thumb, the pouce. I think it's in English, it's the index, l'index. And the rest I don't know, in fact, but le majeur. And I always struggle, but I think this is l'auriculaire and this is l'annulaire. But I mix sometimes, you know. Je m'en mêle les doigts, je m'en mêle les pinceaux. Et donc, il y a aussi l'expression croiser les doigts. Je croise les doigts pour toi. I cross my fingers. I wish with you that you will succeed. Je croise les doigts. So that's it for les doigts. And of course, there is la paume de la main, because there is also the hand, la main, la paume de la main, l'ongle, and la phalange. That's the a part of it. So there are many things to envision. And I don't see any comment from you. I don't see anyone on stage. So, bom, ba-dum, bom, I'm going to sing your song and to finish my tiramisu, because I would like to see you interactive. We are 4. And for the team replay, feel free to comment afterwards to tell me the words that you would like me to talk about, and I will reply to you with the words in different language. I know I'm a bit weird, but I don't see any comments. So, what to say more? Something that I was totally missing, and that is very, very essential. I wonder why I missed that. So, and that's also very, very, very interesting. Same with cœur. So the eye in singular, or the eyes in plural. In singular, un œil, one, only one, un œil. And deux yeux, or des yeux. So if there are more than 2, but usually it's deux, so deux yeux. But in the case of the spider, there are 8, so with you. I have a doubt, but it's okay. So that's also very interesting. That's a word that is not really common, because it's totally, at some point you hear cheval, chevaux, there are the wood that is the same, but cheval, chevaux, there is not ALS. But here it's really different, because un œil des yeux, you see the root of the word totally different. So that's very interesting, isn't it? And so the other thing that is very interesting is that for the singular one, as le cœur, you can write it together or not. So here I see it in caps, because it's the first word of the sentence. But here you will see here, voila. So you can see it, the O and the E together, or the O and the E separated, and it's okay. Both are okay. In my restream, I see underlined red, which means that they consider that E, O and E separated are it's a mistake, but for me it's not, because recently they decided to allow that for practicality, because of course the English speaking people doesn't have the AZERTY keyboard, so they don't have the O and the E accessible. And that's really funny because in me neither. Anyway, I don't see the O and the E in my keyboard. I see a lot of accents, a lot of things, but so annoyed as you. And that's very interesting. And the expression un œil au beurre noir, literally, it's like an eye with dark butter. But in practice, it's like when someone received a punch in the face. So un œil au beurre noir, all the black stuff due to the punch, you know. And there is also les yeux dans les yeux. That means very intimate, very, very close also. There are many expressions about the eye or the eyes. Uh, um, il a fait les yeux doux. That means that he is very, very, not especially kind, but probably with bad intentions. But or to beg someone, you know. So there are many expressions that are related with the organs of the body. So with that, my friends, we are on the 41 minutes. I still have 19 minutes. But if I don't have anyone in the stage or anyone commenting, then I think I'm going to close the room. And thank you again for the three of you, because the fourth is me, that are watching. And for the team we play, feel free to comment, because I can do for the rest, you know, I can do the rest. But I will need probably 3 to 4 or 5 hours, because there are many things, you know. So l'épaule, le bras, le coude, la main, euh, le, le poing, euh, le, le cœur, le poumon, euh, le ventre, le foie. Many words in French with the human organs, like le muscle, le biceps, le triceps, les pectoraux, les abdominaux, whatever. So there are many words. Les jambes, les pieds. So le cou, la nuque. So le cou is when it's in front, and la nuque is when it's behind. I think in English it's the neck for both sides, but in when I hear the cou, it's this, and when I hear la nuque, it's this. And there is also l'aisselle here. So there are many parts of the body, and I can go on and on and on, but I don't want to drown you. So let me know if you liked it, because there are probably 100 or 300 different words to describe the body. And with the expression il a été mis à l'index, that means that he was out of the game. There is also major, which means also the opposite of major. So that's really interesting to dive in that. Like j'ai des fourmis dans les jambes. I have ants in my legs. And also something that is very interesting with the expression, because in the throat, in English you have the frog, but in French you have the cat. In English I have a frog in my throat, And in French, I have a cat in my throat. So the French guys are even more like having more issues because a cat is even more bigger than a frog. Um, so there are many expressions. And le dos, the back, DOS. So that's really interesting because you don't say in French DOS because DOS means the operating system, DOS. But it comes also from dossier, le dossier de la chaise, the thing that is supporting your back. So there are many, and dossier is also the file where you can store some documents. Many subtleties in French. So let me know. Did you like it? Let me know because I don't see any comment. You are very silent. I appreciate you. Thank you so much also for the team replay. And as I don't see any reaction, I'm going to end in 1 minute. So, and I was preparing a speech for many things for my membership, but as always, I was having a tough day, lots of things to do, and I'm going to move tomorrow, so lots of things to prepare. So the announcement will be for later, but later will be this week because anyway, I will have time this week to announce it and to make things done because I'm doing nothing tomorrow and after tomorrow. So with that, my friends, I wish you an amazing um, afternoon for PST, evening for EST, and night for Europe, and beautiful morning for the Australians. And wherever you are watching the replay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. And thank you again for following me. And let me know. Feel free to comment any question. And I will be back next Tuesday. And next Tuesday I will be abroad, so it will be like juggling with many things, you know. But j'aurai la main. That means that I will have the control. So with that, I'm going to end this session.